It's the Home Team Morning Show on Old School 106.7 every Monday morning, ladies and gentlemen. He joins us to lay down the law, Kelda Summers.
It's too hot.
Constable.
It's too hot to be anything that requires a whole lot of saying.
Okay.
The professional law corporation run by the one, the only Edwin M. Shorty Jr. Esquire Constable. His Honor is in the building.
And
good morning,
Principal
sir.
of Edwin M. Shorty Jr. and Associates.
There you go.
Stop. Good morning.
Yes.
How y'all doing?
How are you, brother?
I'm all right.
Last week we were talking about child support, and I wanted to wrap that up just for a second, just to ask this question: what happens to my child support obligation if I am laid off?
All
I
right.
can't pay no more.
This is a tough one. Okay. You know, if you're laid off,
Right.
then and it's not due to your fault at all,
Right.
then the obligation can be reduced to a very minimal obligation.
Got it.
And you may be able to get it to stop for a short time.
Okay.
But that's
It's
specifically
not your fault.
Specifically if you are laid off,
don't
and that's
quit.
it. Yeah.
You can't quit.
No.
Exactly.
Can't get
You can't even
fined.
get fired. You can't come to work late all the time.
Right.
And then
Curse
say,
out your boss or
Ex-
something like that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Laid off due to like a reduction in force.
Right.
They say, like we just read about Entergy.
Right,
They're
right.
about to lay off some folks.
Right.
Well, those folks may be able to go into court if they've got ongoing child support obligations and say, look, due to no fault of my own, something that the Times Picayune just went through as well,
Right.
I have, I won't get paid for a while.
Right.
So I need some reduction. I need some help here.
Right. I don't have any
Aha!
Exactly.
Makes sense.
But,
There you have it.
but you have to go to court and say this.
Immediately.
You can't just look. I ain't
It's
got
just
it.
like, I ain't got it.
ain't got it.
Exactly.
And when I get some, I'm going to send it.
And that's the problem a lot of folks have. They wait until they're 5 months behind,
Yeah.
and the people
You
looking
know
for
I ain't
them.
working.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I ain't
You
working.
No,
gotta
they
get
don't.
it officially stated that you are either on hiatus or
Yes.
it's been reduced.
Yes.
Understood. On to one other thing that I want to take a little bit of time here this morning, and that would be car theft. When folks get their automobiles stolen, it's really a task. You almost get the double whammy. One, the automobile is gone, so you're majorly inconvenienced and all that. But we've heard of instances here as of late where people also get the second whammy of having to deal with the insurance company, implying,
Giving you the side eye, basically.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's
Your
stole,
car
huh?
stole, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
You know-
we know it's stole, huh?
And I wanted to get into this because as soon as we get off the air, I'm leaving to go to Indianapolis
Today.
for a deposition, which is a recorded statement of an expert who says that you can't steal a certain type of vehicle,
Really?
which to me
Is
is
it like a Lamborghini or
no,
a Bentley or something?
no, it's a Chevy.
Is it
Oh, a Chevy.
It's a Chevy.
Wow.
They make Chevys in the 7th War.
That's
Hold on
correct.
a second. New ones. They make new
kind
Chevys.
you need.
What kind of Chevy
looking
you
for?
need?
Come on, really?
They'll make you a new Chevy down the street.
Well,
Hang on a second.
This is the problem. These automobile manufacturers have sold the insurance companies on the idea that their technology is so state of the art that you can't steal their cars.
Okay.
Oh, we've got these transponder keys, and we've got this
Right.
OnStar, and we've got all this stuff.
Hold that thought.
And everybody knows in the
Put it
real
on the
world.
flatbed.
Exactly.
Wow.
There
Exactly.
are ways to get around it, I'm sure.
There are ways
But
to
there's
get
a lot
around
of fraud in insurance, too.
There is a lot of fraud, but the problem comes in when you've got folks who have no interest in this. They're not committing fraud, and now their insurance company is really giving them the runaround.
When we come back, then, Ed, I want
can
you
we
to
do?
tell us specifically what we can do. And tell us what the insurance company is looking for.
All right.
Gotta know that in just a few. All right, this right now, traffic brought to
Eight
you, speaking of cars, by Buick. Team Morning Show every Monday morning. Edwin Shorty in the building, laying down the law. We were talking moments ago about auto theft and what the insurance is looking for, because you're asked all types of crazy questions, and sometimes,
You feel like the one who's done something
yeah, I'm being implicated in something here. What is the deal?
It is not unusual for them to ask you for your phone records, for authorization to get your credit report,
Got it.
for your bank records,
Got it?
and for all types of financial records that relate to you. Because one, they want to see if you're current on your bills and how your debt to income ratio stacks up. Because their first thought is, oh, you had the car stolen because you can't pay the note.
Right.
So this is the easiest way to get the insurance company to pay the car off so you
Insane.
can move on.
I never thought about
Insane.
That's one of the first things they're looking for.
Well,
the next thing they put you in, they give you what's called an EUO, which is a recording, a statement under oath, basically, and they tie you down to a story. But the problem is they have you doing 2 or 3 of these things before they deny your claim. You're 6 months out, you're still paying a car note, and they won't pay you.
Oh, wow.
Can I get a copy of the EEO or EUO so that I remember what the heck I said? Because I don't remember what I said 6 months ago.
Yes.
Well, if you're telling the truth, you should remember.
Well, I always remember that kind of stuff, but I won't remember every detail if you're holding me to every detail.
I'll say this. Even when you're telling the truth, the story changes a little bit.
Right.
Because nobody tells exactly the same
Well, that's my
story
point.
over and over.
6 months later? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely forget.
Now, you do have a duty to cooperate with your insurance company when they're investigating something on your policy. But I think at some point you got to say, all right, let me get a lawyer.
Right.
This is a problem. They're not going to pay me timely. But one thing I always tell folks is, look, you paying your note has nothing to do with whether or not the insurance company has paid you. So if you fail
Gotta
to pay
continue
your
to pay
note,
the
you
note.
gotta pay the note.
Even after the car's stolen?
Even after the car is stolen.
What?
Amazing.
Yes,
Wow.
because otherwise your credit's going to go downhill. You're not going to be able to get another car.
And you're not going to be able to insurance on the new car that you get.
Exactly. And like I said, your obligation with the financial institution that lent you money to buy the car has nothing
That's
to do with your insurance company's obligation to pay you. And
Amazing.
they put up a real fight on this thing. And
That's something,
for some reason, they really believe the manufacturers when the manufacturer said, hey, I got you this new transponder thing, and your car can't be stolen. The insurance companies buy into that, and they say, well, how did this car get stolen?
Right.
Because they've given you reduced rates for that too, as well.
Yeah,
Probably
but I
give a
mean,
reduction in rates.
we all know somebody, you know,
Yeah,
they
we
come
do.
with a tow truck.
I tell you, they make them Chevys over in Seymour.
What?
It's 8:44. Ed, we appreciate you being here every time to bring us up to date and lay down the law. To get that information, you can go to our website, oldschool1067.com. There's a copy of this interview right there on the website. And give us your phone number.
207-1370. Slim me down on the website.
Slim you down on the website a little bit?
I look like a swollen BlackBerry on there.
Photoshop that,
That'd be
Kelly.
false advertising.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Photoshop me down.
8:44. There's Right Now Traffic brought to you by AutoTrader.com.